Hopefully this next tutorial will be a very quick one and a quick refresher and quite basic, but it's just going to be showing you some of the similarities between Photoshop and Illustrator. So this is stuff you should already know, so we need to pop that back to 0. I'm just going to draw a circle. It's a new layer. Down here you should know, so we've got foreground color and background color, a little bit different to Illustrator, which has a fill and a stroke, but same concept. You double click, it brings up your color picker, you can make a color, you can use your little fill. You can also have your gradient bucket, so you can place a red circle. If you want to do your gradient, you can do your gradient across it as well. Over here, just like Illustrator and InDesign, you got similarities. You can change your color of your red if you wanted to, and then redo, perhaps your gradient as well, that you can see there, and you can change it all around. So it's very similar. Didn't want to spend too much time on it. You've also got your swatches, where you can choose your predefined colors to change in your gradient as well. And yeah, so they're just some of the basic fill techniques which you know about as well. You can fill the whole thing, you can fill part of it. There's different ways that you can fill it. You can do it with the mouse, you can fill the whole thing, you can deselect it. Yeah, so you can do those kind of very simple things there. Picking a swatch, picking a certain style, and then just applying it on like so. So very similar to Illustrator. So when we come to the essentials, there are some of the things that you guys should already know about with the color picker and being able to change your colors and use swatches. Same thing goes with type. That comes under design usually. It pops up, character and paragraph, it's already there for you. You guys know how to use type. You've done the video tutorials in Illustrator on typography. I would advise you use type mainly in Illustrator. That's why it's better to use in Illustrator. Photoshop's mainly for image treatments. But that's not to say that you can't do stuff in Photoshop with type. It's just better suited to Illustrator. But the same thing, you can write, you're writing, you can pop it in, it's in purple. I can change my size of it, I can make it nice and big, I can change the spacing of my lettering to space it out, I can change my paragraph, all the things that we've already discussed, and all the options are there, and if you want a few more you can go through those too. But again, it's just a very simple kind of basic tool that you guys have already learnt about, so there's not too much to touch on. So even though Photoshop may be new to some of you, you actually know how to use swatches, how to use some of the essential features such as creating color and creating type and a paragraph as well. So they're just on new layers. Just a quick little recap there for you if you've forgotten how to use those. And you got your text toolbar over here. You can duplicate your layer. You can also outline your type, but it's called rasterizing. So if we want to turn this into an image, so just say I wanted to erase my hello, it won't let me at the moment use the eraser. See how it says no, you cannot do that. But if I turn that layer and I rasterize my type, it now treats it like a picture, and you can see I can actually erase that because it doesn't treat it as a letter. So if I tried to double click because I made a spelling mistake, it's too late because it doesn't have the little t. So that's one of the negatives, I guess, of once you rasterize your type. You can't really change your mistakes at all, but it's very useful when you want to do some image treatments to your type. So quick refresher, have a bit of a play if you need to, and then move on to the next tutorial.